FPL Donatellos, welcome back to the FPL channel that will find any and every excuse to bring Rihanna into the conversation. And speaking of Rihanna, Gameweek 6 was just as awesome and beautiful, filled with a lot of very exciting matches. Please don't talk to me about El Clasico though, because it still hurts, man. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out before I get into my Gameweek 6 score to Angels, who are once again in first place in the Donatellos mini league. Back-to-back champs right now. Shout out Drizzy Drake one time. And I will be live streaming on Thursday around 6 o'clock London time. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how I did in my Gameweek 6 Wildcard squad. So as you can see here, my Gameweek 6 squad ended up with 44 points on my Wildcard, which, I'm not going to lie, I felt about as disappointed as the kids in Scott's Tots who were promised a scholarship, or me when I watched Toy Story 4 for the first and only time. Let's not get into that right now. But anyway, in goal, I ended up going with Emi Martinez over Margot Robbie. Look, I think it was just best for me and Margot to go our separate ways. It was her, it wasn't me. She was super sad, and I get it, but I think it was just best we went our separate ways. Emi Martinez ended up with 6 saves, which is quite impressive. 3 points, giving up 3 goals is also impressive. This guy's a phenomenal keeper under 5 mil. And then you can see with my defense, I realized I've been skipping leg day for about game weeks 1 to 5, and I was going really cheap and weak in the back. And so I bolstered it up a bit and brought in Ben Chilwell. And Ben Chilwell looks great, man. I mean, he came away with a clean sheet, didn't get any attacking returns, but you're not going to get one every week. But the most positive thing, and I was talking to some Chelsea fans about it. I think Wilbur was one who brought it up. They went with a three-man back line, and Chilwell played as a left wing back. And they're probably going to do that against the better teams, which means he's going to get even more forward than he usually does. And right now, it's also great because Pulisic is playing the left wing, and he is no stranger to making attacking runs with or without the ball. And that's going to free up a ton of space for Chilwell to run in. And that's what made me ultimately go with him. I think he's going to get a lot of attacking returns this season once Chelsea's offense starts clicking. And not only that, I think with Thiago Silva and Mendy in goal right now, I think they're sneakily good defensively. I think Mendy has had 2 clean sheets in the 2 games he's played, so Chelsea's defense might be looking good moving forward, and they have a good run of fixtures. Now, Robertson, he was unlucky to not come away with a clean sheet. I mean, Fabinho gave away a foul on the edge of the penalty box, and apparently if it's on the line, it's a penalty. And so they gave that away, but really after that, they only gave up 1 shot on target the whole game outside of the penalty. So he's a little unlucky to not come away with the clean sheet. But again, I want to see him getting more to attacking role, and I'm not too worried about him going forward. But these weeks happen. And then I have Tarek Lamptey, who, in a space of 5 minutes, he had that cross that I think a lot of people were thinking should have been an assist, but I think that's more FPL bias than actually being an assist. But he had that cross that led to an own goal, and then he didn't get the assist, and 5 minutes later he picked up a yellow. And then in like the 88th minute, he gave up a clean sheet. So a pretty rough day for Tarek Lamptey, but at the end of the day, I still think he's a solid option moving forward at 4.7 mil. So from a midfield, I'm going to go ahead and start with Jack Grealish first. He came away with 1 point. He had a yellow card that was a frustration foul by him. I know a lot of people are talking about getting rid of him right now, but for me personally, I think that even though Aston Villa looked very poor in that game, they got outplayed, Jack Grealish still found a way to come away with 2 very good looks on goal, and that's what I'm looking for. When things go bad, he still found a way to get good looks. He had one that was like Timo Werner's goal last week, where he had an incredible run with the ball, had great composure, but just couldn't finish it at the end. And then he had a shot with his left foot that had to be a goal line clearance by, I think, Dallas. But anyway, it was this close to going in. So, again, he had 2 very good looks on goal in a game that they didn't particularly play well. And so it could have been another story. He could have come away with, 7, 8 points. Then I had Mo Salah, who had the same thing. Mo Salah had 2 very good looks on goal. He had one that he was offsides by this much. And even that one, he had an incredible first touch and an incredible finish on that one. And on the second one, he had an incredible turn with the ball, brought it down, had incredible composure again, tried to chip the keeper and hit post. So again, he had 2 very good looks on goal. It should have been a goal. And then as you can see with Mo Salah, I ended up giving the captaincy armband to him. Now I was going back and forth all week. Mo Salah, Harry Kane, Mo Salah, Harry Kane. And ultimately, I should have listened to Emilia Clarke, a.k.a. Daenerys Targaryen of Game of Thrones, a.k.a. Khaleesi. Because on Friday, when I was trying to finally decide, I found out it was Emilia Clarke's birthday. Emilia Clarke is born in London. Harry Kane is born in London. Daenerys was my queen. Harry Kane, by distributed property, would that mean that he would be my captain? And essentially, I was just going to do it as a joke, almost like as an ode to Khaleesi. And at the end of the day, it would have worked out better. I'll get to that in a minute. And Salah blanked. But again, Salah looked very good. He had 2 opportunities, or maybe not very good, but he had 2 great opportunities on goal. And it could have been a very different story, just like Jack Grealish. Then I had the legendary James Rodriguez, who put us owners through a roller coaster ride. Had me thinking Is he going to start? Is he not going to start? Should I have him on wild card? Should I even start him if I do? Well, I did have him on wild card. I did start him, and he started. He ended up with 2 points. He had 2 shots and 2 attempted assists, which honestly isn't that bad considering it was not Everton's night. But at the end of the game, you saw James Rodriguez kind of grabbing his leg. He had a bit of a hamstring issue again. It flared up. But they couldn't sub him out because they were down to 10 men and were out of substitutions. But James Rodriguez, 2 points. It definitely was not what I was hoping to have him have this weekend versus Southampton. Then they had the 2 absolute FPL legends. The best duo since Troy and Abed in the morning and Harry Kane and Son. I was going into the Monday match saying I need these 2 to bail me out. I have a horrible game week score right now. Please help me. And they did. But I'm not going to lie, Burnley looked very good defensively for about 75 minutes, which had me very worried. They were doing a great job shutting down that Spurs attack. But then enter that corner where Harry Kane makes a good run, and knowing that he couldn't score off that corner, he decides to flick it back post, and Son made a beautiful run to get back post, was left wide open, and just slotted it. 16 points that those 2 gave me off of that one corner. I mean, I owe these 2. And if you've watched this channel before, you know I love Son almost as much as I love Rihanna. Almost as much as I love Rihanna. But again, 16 points from those 2, man. Oh, thank you. That's almost as much as Bamford. Then I have DCL. DCL came away with 1 point. And is it a coincidence that this is the first week that I have ever owned DCL in my FPL squad? I apologize to those who think that I broke him. He came away with 1 point. In fact, I think he had 5 touches the whole match, and 3 of them were off of a kickoff, if I'm not mistaken. But he really did nothing. He had 0 shots, 0 attempted assists. And I'm really worried about him moving forward without Richarlison and without Digne on the left side to kind of help him out a little bit. And if James is hurt, he's not going to have much to create for him. But again, 1 point off of 0 shots, man, that's tough. But then I have Antonio, who on the other side, I was not expecting him to score this weekend. I brought him in hoping for game week 8 that I would have in my squad and he'd be ready to run for this good run of fixtures that West Ham have. And he scored a beautiful chilena, a beautiful bicycle kick against City. And then he got subbed off in like the 60th minute, which is worrying for his hamstring. But even that, he still came away with bonus points. Incredible. Antonio, I love you, and I hope that he's healthy coming into game week 7. But again, 8 points going up against Man City. I did not expect that. That was a beautiful, beautiful surprise. So for my game week 7 squad, I'm planning on making 0 transfers. I'm hoping that I could have 2 free transfers going into game week 8 that'll allow me a lot of flexibility to move things around. But of course, that's going to depend on the Antonio news coming tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully, it's nothing serious and I can keep Antonio in my squad. So in goal, I'm going with Emi Martinez. He's just a set and forget keeper for me all season. And for my back line, I'm sticking with the back 3, but I will be making a substitution here. I'll get to that in a minute. I have Ben Chilwell playing against Burnley. That's a great opportunity for him to get a clean sheet and an opportunity for him to get some attacking returns. Let's see if that Chelsea attack can really click and if that defense can really solidify. I'm very optimistic about it. Then I got Robertson, who's playing against West Ham at home. If Antonio is hurt, which I hope he's not because I have Antonio, that is a great opportunity for him to get a clean sheet. If not, I still think it's a good opportunity for him to get an assist or so. I still like Robertson moving forward, but he is on my watch list to move out come game week 8. So for my substitution, I'm going to take Tariq Lamptey out and put in Kilman. Now I know a lot of people, including me, are going to say, I don't know if he's going to start or not. But it's a gamble that I'm willing to make. Kilman has looked fantastic for the 3 matches that he's played in. Coming away with 2 clean sheets. And I think in 2 of those games, he got 3 bonus points. He's giving Nuno a lot to think about. Now, again, is he going to start? Is he not? I think if he doesn't start, he doesn't play. So Tariq Lamptey could come off my bench, no problem. But if he starts, he has a great opportunity for a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. And again, he has looked fantastic for these 3 game weeks. I think that he has deserved more playing time moving forward. But of course, we'll see what happens, but it's a gamble I'm willing to make. So for my middies, I'm sticking the exact same. I'm backing Jack. Jack Grealish at home for Southampton. I think it's a good opportunity for him to get some attacking returns. Then I got Mo Salah at home versus West Ham, who's averaging 5 shots over his last 2 per game right now. And if you ask me, hey Sean, is it a good idea to captain Mo Salah at home versus West Ham right now? I'm going to ask the question. Is Outcast the best rap duo of all time? Yeah, no question in my mind. Outcast is the best rap duo of all time. But yeah, also it's a good idea to captain Mo Salah right now. Again, he's averaging 5 shots over his last 2. West Ham, alright, they're playing a bit better than a lot of people expected them to. But again, Mo Salah, Anfield, West Ham, I like him moving forward. Then I got James Rodriguez, who I'm definitely concerned about moving forward. I'm not going to trust anything that I hear about him as far as hamstring issues unless they say he's out for a longer time. And if he is out for a longer time, again, I'm going to look to move him out. But for right now, at Newcastle or away to Newcastle, I'm still liking Ladies Love James Rodriguez. Then I got Son, who is going absolutely nowhere. I made that mistake in Game Week 1. I'm not making that mistake in Game Week 7. He still has Brighton this week, and he has West Brom next week. So I'm keeping him, and I'm hoping he can have a great game. Then for my strikers, this is where things get interesting. Because as far as Harry Kane, look, everyone knows Harry Kane is fantastic. In my opinion, he's the second best striker in the world right now. He's got the vice captaincy armband, which, if I'm being honest, I think my vice captain has outscored my captain in the 5 of the first 6 game weeks. So I probably should just switch it and go with my vice every week. But Harry Kane has a vice captaincy armband right now. He's phenomenal. Then I got DCL, who I'm definitely worried about without Richarlison, without Digne, with James potentially being hurt. Who's going to create for him? But I'm going to worry about that next week. That's why I want to hold that second transfer, because I still think he is a good option for these next 5 game weeks. He only plays United, I think, next week. But after that, his fixtures are Newcastle this week. He's got United next week. Then he's got Fulham, Leeds, and Burnley. So he has 4 of the next 5 are very favorable. And then it gets really tough, so I would like to move him on probably in 5 game weeks. But for now, I'm keeping an eye on him. He's definitely on the chopping block. But I'm hoping he can come away with the goal this week. Again, he only needs 1 touch, 1 shot to score, a lot like Harry Kane in the past has. Then the tricky part, Antonio. What do I do with Antonio? Now, if he's healthy or if he misses this 1 week only, he is not going anywhere in my squad because he has a great run of fixtures for quite some time. I think till like game week 21, he only has a few tough games. So Antonio at 6.3 mil is going nowhere. But if he has an injury that's looking pretty serious and let's say he requires surgery or he's going to be out for a decent amount of time, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have any money in my bank. He's 6.3, so do I drop down to Bamford, who has a very tough run of fixtures moving forward? I don't know. Do I go with Shea Adams? Do I kind of drop someone down in price, like maybe Robertson, and upgrade Antonio to an £8 million striker? Maybe get Danny Ings in there instead? It's tough to say right now, but I'm really, really hoping that he's healthy so I don't have to worry about making that transfer. But I don't know. Who do you guys think I should bring in for Antonio if he is out for a long time, which please don't be out for a long time. So that was my Game Week 7 official team selection video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and all the random Rihanna references that I made. That's some great alliteration, huh? Hire me as a ghostwriter, Rihanna. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please join me on Thursday about 6 o'clock London time for a live stream to let me know who you guys are bringing in, what transfers you're planning on making, and of course I'll answer any questions about what 90s rap song is the best of all time and what 90s cartoons are the best of all time. But anyway, more importantly than anything, take some time out of your day to make someone smile. And as always, thank you for joining. I appreciate all the love and support you've given me. Don out.